the touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 22.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cougar 19. 19 Lions. Let's go.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The Packers at 6-2 to start play. They come in off a loss last time out, but overall they've been playing pretty well. 6 wins and 8 prior to that defeat.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
Now again, running left is right. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Packers! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 72 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a 2nd and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown. Grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
Back to 60, back to 60.
They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a third down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Ready.
Out of the gun now on third down. Well, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
If this is what you wanted to see from a defense, give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
7 Cardinals, 7 Pop, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18. Ready.
They're going to try and throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Ready. Let go.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tampa Bay.
Throwing, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Mayfield to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they had a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Kings! Point it right.
Mayfield. Touchdown! A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers go up by 2 touchdowns. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
35-yard line.
The career's more at stake when you win your prime. That paper, baby, my face on the dotted line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground with Wright. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for a Packers first down.
Ready.
On first down, they'll stay with Wright on the ground. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Get it. 19, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wright. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Packers 60, Packers 60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Complete to Wright. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 29 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that one not returnable, not by a large stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. To throw, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Mayfield calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Packers' 44-yard line.
Slot man moves right. Mayfield looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before the game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80.
And now they'll shift things around. They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. Second down and 8.
Hey, Smith! Get it! 6, Cuddy.
Back to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
That's good. 4 on Packers.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
19 tight. 19 tight. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. This 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Ready? 70 Lions. Mustang 19.
Back to throw here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's caught. Emeka Buka. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 16 more on that one, and another first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
Ready? 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready?
They'll throw now on the final play. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He'll look to throw. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
36-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
On the handoff, it's right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Buffalo 18. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay with.
Taking it right down Broadway. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 56 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball. One that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down the 15-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback laying on you. He did that very well.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 14-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Wright's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
First down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. And now they'll audible to something else.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now he's going to step up and run. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 88 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
180!
Right back to him on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, pulled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
180!
Higgins goes in motion right. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Irvin. got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Good. 180. What's up?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
What's that?
On 3rd down, they go with Irving. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 17 yards.
Not liking the look, they'll change the play.
1st down.
19 Lions.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
Come 19. Come 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Broncos.
Back to throw again. He'll try and do this himself. And he is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Ready.
Quick throw complete. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.